any sort of extrinsic motivation for starting a business is very horrible in my opinion. Focusing on why you got into business is going to be a big thing for you. When it comes to like being a woman, for example, in a very much male dominated world of lawn care and landscaping, you've got to be very, very confident to make that work. You know, a lot of people ask me, like when I was in college and I was 13, 14 years old, like how did I socially deal with that? Like I didn't even think about it. And I was very, very confident in myself. And I want you to have that same thing when it comes to being a woman, customers that try to push you around. It ultimately comes down to self-respect and like your vision and of yourself. And right now you're being very hard on yourself. You're doing an amazing job. You're in a very male dominated industry. To be doing what you're doing is phenomenal. And you need to have a lot of confidence in yourself. And if you do that, it will bleed over into the way that you deal with customers and employees that are being a hassle instead of just letting them push you around. As a leader in any organization, especially as a self-employed woman in this industry, you're going to have to stand up for yourself and you're going to have a big backbone to be able to realize who you are, what you have, and that you've done something amazing. And you don't allow a customer to push you around. You don't allow an employee to push you around. And if they do, you're going to put your foot down. And it's going to be a challenge for you, I think, because you have a really good heart. And I know coming from the medical industry, I'm the similar way. Like I don't like to ruffle people's feathers. It kills me when people say that I've done something wrong or that an employee says that they don't like working for me. That kills me. I literally lost a bunch of sleep the other night because an employee questioned P for P. And so you start like, man, I don't want them to feel bad and all the rest of it. So you have a good heart, but ultimately you need to put your foot down and realize why you started a business. And what you just said is you're trying to give back. That is a good reason to start a business. So focus on that and realize that you do not need to come from a position of less than, I'm not enough, customers can beat me up, employees can say that I'm a woman and laugh at me. Fire their butt and get out of there. Be strong about it. Being emotional, you start talking faster, you get worked up like this. Whereas if you have confidence, you speak with authority and you know what you're worth to a customer or to an employee. Don't think about you being a woman. Think about you being a leader. When it comes to business, as soon as we start taking the social norms and then applying it to what we are supposed to be going through, we're going to come from a place of they're after me because of X, my age, my weight, my sex, whatever it might be. If you come from a place of I'm a leader, and as a leader, this is what leaders do, instead of this is what a woman does, this is what a man does, this is what a tall person does, this is what someone who's young does. Forget about that. Same person who just called them about who was 15 years old trying to find an employee. You've got to get your own head right about that situation first, whether it be age or sex or whatever it is. And if you think about it, if you allow it to eat at you, it's going to come across in the way that you communicate. You've got to beat it up in yourself first. You got to beat it up in your head first that I don't care if I'm a woman, I'm going to be successful. I don't care if I was digging holes and doing really heavy work, I'm going to be successful. I don't care if I'm in the medical, I'm going to be successful. And as a leader, this is what leaders do. This is not what women do. This is not what a tall person does or a fat person or a skinny person or my race does. This is what leaders do. And when you get into that mindset, you're unstoppable.